that background noise there. What's up, everybody? There we go. We are live. What's up? And welcome to another R.O.C. Hangout. We come to you live each and every single week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Realm of Collectors channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's also a live chat going on below. Please hop in, say what's up to the rest of the R.O.C. fam, chop it up. We're going to shout everybody out in that chat towards the end of this live stream. Don't forget, guys, that you could also download an audio version of this podcast on iTunes and Google Play through your favorite podcast app, as well as through our website on www.realmofcollectors.com. Speaking of the website, we have some merchandise available for you. We still have some shot glasses, $13. We'll get you a pair of those shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. Very limited quantities of the Friends and Family t-shirt are available for purchase. And pre-orders for the R.O.C. hoodies are over by this Friday, November 17th. You have a choice of a zip-up or a pullover featuring our brand new Realm of Collectors logo. $55 will lock in your pre-order. That ends this Friday, guys. So don't be that guy and miss out. It's going to be a cold winter.
That's right. You got 3 more days.
3 days. 3 days left. All right. With that out of the way, let's say what's up to the crew. First up, Brian Brank. How are you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to pre-hump day. Because I won't be able to see hump day tomorrow.
I was going to say, you got a date tomorrow?
That's right. That's right. How's everyone doing?
Great, man.
Good.
Really good.
Fantastic.
All right. So, I think, was it some things we picked up? I'll just say one of my favorite things I picked up this week was Figure Art Spider-Man from the one and only Asian Kid Matt. He has really small hands.
Rest in peace.
Spider-Man has
Small hands.
What do you think of him? You like him?
I do. I like him. I'm glad that Asian Kids Matt is out because I missed out on pre-ordering this guy. So, you know, it all works out in the end for me.
Nice guy you are.
Thanks again, Matt. If you're
And
watching.
I'm the bully, right? Sure.
Bulldog. Nice. Yeah, that's a pretty good piece. I hope he gave it to you for a good price.
He did.
We got awkward silence already. All right, it's a wrap. Shut down.
And then John Attic, he's not paying attention. See, he's not paying attention.
I'm right
He's
here.
out. He's out.
That's not funny. I
See
just
you
had
later,
to laugh.
man. You're out.
What up? Can you
What's
hear
up,
me?
brother?
Yeah.
Everything
How's everybody doing today? Good?
Very
doing
good.
awesome.
Sorry,
man.
I have a special drop in. Chris Pinkerton's in
he's-
my house right now, and he was talking to me while calling me out. So,
He gets around.
see, look, there he goes, the giant.
Oh.
He's like a bad rat. He's everywhere.
Chris in the big city. He's in the big city.
Yeah, man, he's not used to this New York traffic. He was getting here. He was like, man, this fucking traffic. I'm like, welcome to New York.
Yeah. Ask him
You
if
know,
he's
22
coming to
miles
my-
out by him, or 22 miles, you know, anywhere else can take, you know, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. Over here, it takes you an hour
3
at
hours.
least. Yeah. So,
And you thought Baltimore traffic was bad.
nothing like it. But as pickups go, I got a bunch of Black Series stuff that I needed. I actually got a nice little gift from one of the guys on the panel that made my day on Saturday, and it was if you guys don't know this already, I'm kind of like an Ewok freak. So Dominic decided to pick me up some Ewok memorabilia. He bought me a ornament set, Ewoks, which is pretty dope. And I can't forget Brian. Brian bought me a little Ewok pin for winning the Wing Challenge. And he also bought me like a glass Ewok. I'm gonna use it as like a coaster because that's what it looks like to me. But thank you, Brian, for that too. So thank you both.
Yeah, no
My favorite things of the week were gifts from you guys. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love the picture in the Facebook group also. That was a touching
Man,
moment.
I have a
Touching
feeling.
moment.
I have a feeling that's going to be used for months to come.
A lot.
It's very versatile. It's a very versatile photo.
Extra Zero already put that to some good use, and I got a kick out of that. Man, that was great.
Awesome. All right. Next up, Big Dom.
What's up, guys? How you doing? So my pickups are Gary helped me out and hunted the Legends throwback card Wolverine, which was awesome. Thank you, Gary.
No problem.
That was the only one I couldn't find. So I basically what the realm's all about, helping out each other out.
Realm.
And he just sold it on eBay for $47.
Coming to NJCC in March.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching. No. And then Dave hooked me up. We kind of got together. He knew I was looking for some of the SH figure arts, Star Wars Jedi human figures, and he was able to get me some of the exclusives, which was the Anakin and the Qui-Gon, and he also got me the Luke, Jedi Luke. So we kind of went on a deal together and kind of worked out for the both of us. We're looking out.
You got it, brother. You got it.
So that's all I got, Jose. Thank you very much.
Sweet. Right. Next up, E to the X to the T to the Z. What's up, brother? How are you? Extra zero.
How's it going? Well, I'm back. Unfortunately, I had to miss last week due to some less than ideal conditions, but I'm glad to be here. Glad it's Tuesday. Glad it's that pre-hump day. And I got some cool stuff. Last week, I wanted to show this off. I got the SH Figure Arts Chun-Li because I fell down that rabbit hole. Then I also got this Last Night Nitro Zeus, or Nitro. And he's all right. But I'm having some thoughts about collecting the Takara stuff. I mean, the Hasbro stuff, and maybe finally coming to an end. That's a topic for another day. But my piece de resistance, I butchered that shit, is I finally got myself a fucking Coulter.
Oh, nice.
I am loving this figure, and I'm smacking myself for not getting it sooner because it's probably my favorite piece by MMC. Probably one of my favorite my favorite third-party toy Transform, and it's just a fucking badass character, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection. So
nice, man, nice. Did you pick them up at a retail shop, or were you able to find out the deal in the groups?
I picked him up at a retail shop because I saw he was in stock, and I know he had been out of stock for a while. Yeah. And one of my group buyers was like kind of wishy-washy about getting them in. But I was like, I'm done pussyfooting around this. I'm gonna put the money down, and I'm really glad I did. So,
hey, Extra, are you gonna do the whole squad now, or are you just gonna stick with him?
Oh yeah, I'm all in for the DJD, man.
Oh, dope.
DJD,
because they just re-released Synicus and Boss too. So
yeah.
Oh.
All right, sweet. All right, next up, Gmoney. How are you, brother?
I am doing great. How are all you guys doing?
Pretty good. Better now, Sunshine.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
So
horrible, Dave.
Let's see. I got two things that are pretty exciting. I also had to miss last week just for some work obligations that kind of came up. But I picked up that giant, not the Bobby Skullface Moss toys, but the Moss Nemesis Prime, the non-transforming licensed Hasbro one, the like 18-inch thing. And James, I think you brought the regular one to Skullfest, right?
I did.
And this thing, it's just fun. It's really, it's a nice toy that you can kind of play with and like pose. And I've got
them hands.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. It's funny because it makes me want to collect some GI Joes again and start all over.
Anybody else hear that noise?
I hear that too.
Dom.
I think it's Dom.
Okay.
Okay. But I think the favorite thing that I got is we'll kind of Dusty mentioned I think on ETR, but we did the figure banging at Buffalo Wild Wings, and Dave was pretty awesome. I wanted to check out Cesium, and he brought it, let me open it actually, and I opened it, took a look at it, and I said, yeah, I really want this. I'm like, let me buy this from you. And we had done some trading over the last couple of weeks, a few different things, figure arts and Transformers and third-party stuff. So he let me take that home with me. So that was kind of my haul item from Toycon, New Jersey. And I like it. I like it a lot. I actually was on Team Gigapower for a little while, and I had their version of Slag, and I liked it, but it just didn't fit. And then I picked up Stomp and the G2 Grimlock as a birthday gift for my wife, and I don't know. It just feels nice having 3 original dinos in the right scale with each other. So,
not to go into a full-blown discussion, but how about those legs going into the legs? I mean, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's neat. I really liked it actually. So I appreciate that, Dave. It was nice of you to do that for me.
Yeah, no problem, brother. You're always there for me. Same here.
So, Dave, what do you got? Like 2, 3 cesiums?
No, I listen. I hadn't even opened it.
He didn't even open it. Nope.
The thing is like Gary said. I mean, Gary's a very generous friend, and he's done some trading with me in the past where like I've come up on top. So this time, hey, Doug, come on. So basically, instead of paying them the difference in dollars or whatnot, this time around he wanted to trade me for Coot, so he gave me Coot. And the difference, I said, listen, don't worry about it. You've done right by me plenty of times.
This is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Give you a shot. That Coot will clear right up.
Yeah. This is the first time I've heard, yeah. As a token of his friendship, he gave me Coot.
Exactly.
Fuck you, Gary.
Only for the people I really, really like do I give that shot down.
Now I got to call everybody I've been with for the past 10 years.
Hey, we were all at your house on Saturday, so you might have the Coot yourself, buddy.
A lot of Coot going around. There was definitely a lot of Coot in the air.
So, Gmoney, are you out of the Gigapower now that you got those other Fans Toys figures? Or?
I am. Yeah, I decided. All the jokes aside, right? Can I wait another 10 years for the whole team to get together? And everyone who knows me, I don't really collect with an end goal, but it does feel really nice having those 3 original, characters kind of in scale with each other. As much as I like the Grasser, so I'm good with them for now. So I think I'm done with the other brand.
Cool.
Hey Gary,
Sweet.
Are you just going to stick with the original 3 Dino teams, or what color Sever are you going to get?
Yeah, so I don't know. I've only got the G2 for the Grimlock. I really like it in the blue. It's funny is I think I might stick with the 3 and pick up the the plain gray one or the Diaclone one just for Dino mode for the 3. So they all match in the gray, and then just keep the blue Grimlock separate. Kind of simple as else. I never cared for that green version of Slag, even back in the day for the G2. There's something about the green with the red horns. It looked just too much like Christmas.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hates Christmas. Good to know.
All right, next up, JD. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
What's up, JD?
I mean, greetings and salutations, Earth people. I posted my haul on the group, so. But I would say, I guess my favorite one is I found like 5 or 6 of the Inferno agents, the exclusive, the Black Series.
Yeah.
So I have a full set of Inferno. I have an Inferno squadron.
6 of the Inferno troopers?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Did you open any of them yet?
Yeah, I opened 2 of them so far.
Do they have the? I haven't watched Bobby's review yet, but do they have the droid on the back?
No.
Ah, okay.
No, it's just
what is that, JD? What does it look like?
Hold on here.
Sorry, I didn't even make you get up.
It's a badass looking.
For our audio listeners, JD got up.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's basically the TIE fighter pilot remolded, and it has some paint. And then
cool.
I stuck I stuck the head from the what was it? The Marvel Legends Elektra.
Oh, that's cool, because the character in the game is a female, right?
Yeah,
that's fucking dope. Nice job.
But they all like I'm gonna try and find character heads from other figures that work for the other 4, I guess. So, yeah, it's basically the tie. It's the TIE pilot. What's that?
Double with the Marvel Legends. You could switch with the Marvel Legends. Like they have
Hasbro stuff, man. You find
it's all interchangeable. Oh, nice.
I mean, I had to Dremel it out, but but it's pretty damn close.
JD, I'm having flashbacks to Sid from Toy Story as you're chopping heads off one toy for another.
That's me.
All right, sweet, man. Next up, Dust Mites.
You cut out there, buddy.
Dust Mites, how are you?
What's up, guys? Sorry, you cut out there. What?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I gotta up my mic game.
What's up, guys? What did I get this week? I got the old Fans Toys Omega. Just getting a leg up here. I picked up at Toycon Marvel Select Thanos, Marvel Selects Juggernaut. I got this Cobra La t-shirt. I got a Toy Detox t-shirt, and that's it. Keeping it moving.
All right.
Nice.
Tim K, what's up? What's up, Tim?
Yo, what's up, everybody? How we doing today?
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I didn't pick up anything, but since it was my birthday on Saturday, I got a few presents from my girlfriend. One was the Rebel Tech Alien Queen. Posted a short rant. I keep it down. The hands broke up on me right out of the box. Second, I got the amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech Venom, or not, as I figured out. I still love it. It's got an insane amount of articulation. The looks is pretty much spot on. I enjoy it still because I drilled open the holes a little bit, so it works everything pretty much better with the tentacles and everything. Like I said, I still enjoy it. Then I got a knockoff Gundam, the Psycho Suit Gunpla, but it's from the Barn Toys. That actually was the intent of my girl, to get me a KO so I could try to do some cell shading, which I desperately wanted to try for some time, and now I got offered it, so now I would actually try it. And I got a new hat, Metal Militia. And by myself, I picked up the original Westworld on Blu-ray Steelbook last week. That's for me today.
Nice.
I need to check out that Westworld thing. See what that's about.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
not
good.
the new one. That is the old movie with Josh Brolin's father.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Brolin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I got. But I think
Mr. Brolin.
and Jewel Brenner. I think it still holds up pretty well.
Jewel Brenner.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you see the new series that was on HBO?
I checked out the first 2 or 3, maybe 4 episodes, but then I got out of it. I need to get back into it because I love the looks and the whole setup and how they got more story into it. So
it's a good show. It's a really good season.
Yeah.
Wild. It really picks up towards the end, and it really you get like, oh fuck, really?
Yeah, I hear you. I saw your post on it, and you really liked it, and I really need to watch that. I think that's my next watch, since currently it's pretty much all off. We're waiting for Walking Dead to close everything mid-season and everything. So
Yeah, I blew through it. I blew through it in 2 days. 10 episodes I did in 2 days. It was that good. It was really, it really got me involved, into it. So
yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I think it's a cup of tea. Yeah, we'll check that out. Give you guys a heads up how I like it.
Yeah, man. That'll be a nice binge watch for you.
What about you, Jose? What'd you get?
What did I get? Thank you, Gary. I picked up a couple of things at the toy convention we were at over the weekend. Shout out to Danny. He had a table there. And I picked up a couple of SH fig arts from him from Age of Ultron. I got Captain America and the Thor for a very excellent price. I was hoping that dude sold everything on his table because he was just giving deals pretty much left and right. Really cool guy. I kept it light. I wasn't even intending to spend the money. I just wanted to hang out with you guys. But at that price that he hooked me up with, I had to pick them up. So I'm happy. That was it. Light haul. All right, so let's get into our topics for this evening. First up, Gary got some more details on the upcoming R.O.C. weight loss and wellness challenge. So take it away, G.
Awesome. Thanks, Jose. Yeah, listen, I've got a lot of stuff that I posted in the groups today. I put up a kind of a clean food list just for some tips, maybe some guidelines that might help people out for a little bit. But most importantly is I've got the email address. So for registration, the R.O.C., the weight loss, the wellness challenge is going to run from December 1st of this year through April 1st of 2018. So we're going to get a great running start onto our spring look. The email address is posted in the group, but it's ROC Weight Loss 2017 at Gmail. It's actually the same address that we used for the challenge last year. $20 is the registration fee. And in first place is going to be winner take all. So I'm going to have the administrators for ROC kind of manage the funds. Basically, the rules are kind of posted, but just kind of go over it pretty quickly. First place, winner will take all. It's going to be based on the overall percent of body loss, which was calculated in the rules there, as well as doing the check-ins, which are scheduled. There's 9 total. Sounds like it's more intense than it is. It's going to be a quick email with 4 short questions, and it's going to be about your current weight for the check-in. What type and total time did the participant spend on any exercise or physical activity? Well, real quick, what adjustments did someone make in their diet choices since last check-in? And then in building the spirit in the community is, really what fellow members of the ROC did that person connect with? And that could be in a chat, one of the podcasts, Facebook post, really just to try and be supportive and encouraging for what everyone's trying to accomplish. Second place, I actually ordered it today, so they are still available, but I picked up a ROC hoodie, and I've got a mint and sealed package, ROC bandana from one of the rock boxes that I purchased back at TFCon. So we'll have a great prize there for whoever comes in second place. And I've got a few things lined up for anyone who completes the entire challenge and just does all of their check-ins all the way through. So that's kind of what we've got so far. Feel free to start registration now. Like I said, we're going to run through December 1st will be the cutoff date. And then we'll have some individual communications from there. And I'll make sure I keep everybody updated with the progress and where we're at.
Awesome. That's awesome. I can't wait. And it seems like a lot of people also are getting excited. Like, people are already starting because they kind of want to get that head start,
Yeah, I've had a lot of great support. We talked about putting recipes up, kind of just sharing things at work. And that's really what this is all about. I've already said it multiple times. It's, we all have people that rely on us. It's trying to be a little bit healthier, making sure that we feel good. But, it's like at the end of the day, anytime you take on a challenge like this for yourself, we're not alone. The realm is about reaching out to each other, whether it be around the toys or advice. And it applies here, in the fitness challenge all the same way. So I look forward to it. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for the details. You posted 2 things in the ROC weight loss challenge earlier, so we encourage everybody to go join the group, check it out. All the details are there, as Gary just went over. And definitely get your registration and let's do this. There's money on the line, guys. Besides the prizes, which is all cool, the important thing is, of course, our wellness. And I think we're going to be feeling a lot better come April 1st. So can't wait.
Absolutely. Cool. Thanks, man.
No problem. We'll have some more details for everybody next week. I think we got 2 weeks basically, right, before the challenges officially starts.
That's it. We've got Thanksgiving in between, so everybody can enjoy their Thanksgiving guilt-free. I'll just say this, right?
Didn't we establish?
Go ahead.
Didn't we establish Gary's all like, fuck Christmas? I think this cements it.
I always say, right, enjoy your Thanksgiving, but remember, it's not an eating competition.
It is, Gary. Yes, it is.
For the wing champion, right, over there.
Oh, man, yeah. No more wing eating contests.
That's it.
So I want to hear about that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Why you want next?
You know what? Yeah, I will take you up next.
All right.
Oh shit!
But we got to do the wild sauce. This is here right now. It's being established. Next time that Dave and I get together, we're doing the wild sauce.
NJCC.
The only thing about that wild sauce is it'll come out your ass just as wildly. So I don't know if that's really.
That's what makes.
Oh, Dave's already
when you have
pumping out.
that loss on the line. It's like not only do I feel like I'm getting maced from the inside out of my asshole, I also lost. But like when you win, it's like I'll be sitting there and my asshole be burned. Like at least I beat Dave.
Can't wait to see that toilet selfie.
Oh shit!
I will look like the fucking Michelin Man got spray painted red, and I'll be doing the duck lips while I'm in utter agony.
Duck lips.
See, Dave, you're the current wing king, man. So you're gonna have people coming after your crown now.
Shit, man. I don't know how long this title's gonna hold up.
Well, let's get into some of that. A bunch of us went to Toycon NJ in Parsippany, New Jersey. Pretty decent convention. First time that I went. A lot of the other guys have been there before. Pretty cool show. We all hooked up. We had a freaking great time. So let's just run down the line and speak about it. Dom, how was your experience on Saturday?
Enjoyed it very much. Great. Actually, I thought it was better than the spring show. So a lot of good vendors, a lot of good stuff. If you can find them, and just seeing you all guys going to BW drinking our faces off is great.
You know what? It's funny.
Like, I know we were supposed to go to Thor, but I know we ended up going back to Dust's place, and I think I had a great time there. He was more made us all feel welcome. We ordered pizza, sat down, bullshitted, bust our balls, and shit in his toilet and made a nice mess.
You guys fucked it up. You really did.
Yeah.
You know, I've only been here a month, and I think you guys took more shits in one day than I've done in a month here.
His water bill is going to go up, and
I don't pay water bill. Fuck that.
Gotcha.
Shit all you like.
I enjoyed it. You know, everything went. It was a nice day. You know, cold as hell, but you know, I really enjoyed it. It was a whole day of just a lot of fun.
Yo, one of the funny things is we walked there the last time to Buffalo Wild Wings, about a quarter of a mile away.
Yeah.
So we all go out. We said lunch at 12. We all meet up like 12:10. We're walking. Fuck it, let's walk. The sun's out. It's nice. We get out of the parking lot. We get on the road, and then the wind starts kicking up. And everybody just kind of went, instead of going straight, they hooked a right into the parking lot
yeah.
hit towards the cars.
And like I think we got like a routine going on because like once we get back from BW, we basically go back to the parking lot. We do our gift exchange. That's like I think I got more presents, more exchanges than I actually bought anything at the convention. So it's just a great time because we all meet up, we all have stuff for each other, do exchanges, and just it's just a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. Like, cause hearing how you guys went, like earlier, I think the last show was June. You know, when you got to meet Gary and E Prime. Mm-hmm. So I was really looking forward to it because I honestly didn't know what to expect. Like, you guys were just like, hey, it's bigger than NJCC, and that's usually like our kind of like, home base when we all hook up. So I was actually surprised. Dave came to pick me up nice and early, and I was expecting like an hour like commute, and we were there like I would say like a half hour, 35 minutes, maybe even less.
Yeah.
Yep. Or at least it felt that way because we were like already there. We're in the parking lot. We hit up Gmoney because he was already at the convention, so we kind of got in on the early bird. And me, Dave, and Gary kind of got to walk around the convention a little bit, and I was pretty impressed. Like, they had a ton of video games, just full of tables, full of vendors. It was pretty.
The games was I'm sorry, I didn't get to. That was open to 11 o'clock.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The game room and the games were all open to 11, and of course they were all free.
Me, Dave, and Gary kind of got to walk around the convention a little bit, and
what happened? Audio just dropped.
Chuck was listening to the show.
Who invited Chuck? Hey, Chuck, how are you?
Hey. They kill the audio?
Yeah, you killed the audio, Chuck.
Right.
Broke it.
Yeah, cool though. Like I thought that was a good idea. Kids, I did see a lot of kids sitting at those video games. They had some pretty cool games to play, and they had another room with some old school arcade games. They had in that same room. They had like a track for motorized cars. People were racing those cars. So pretty nice variety of stuff. I think there was even like a tabletop gaming there. They had a room in the back. So if you're into like the Warhammer stuff, it looked like there was a room back there where you could kind of play and set up. And I dug it, man. I really dug it. You know, the lore is, of course, just hanging out with everybody. I thought the show was really nice, and a potential place that we could probably all just hook up there and start selling like we do at NJCC. I think I'm definitely down to do that for the next time.
Yeah, it's definitely a bigger experience. There's a lot more walking around and whatnot. And what I thought was really funny, we were there for maybe like 2.5 hours. And shout out to Wookie's asshole. Shout out to Cat's assholes. Cats are assholes. And, we went to lunch. We went back, and we were only there for maybe like 40 minutes. And we were like, just fuck, let's go. And I think what was really special about this time was, and what I think was different, because we usually hang out in a convention environment. And whether it's maybe even TFCon, we get to hang out afterwards in your room, at the bar, whatnot. It's cool, but it just was different just when we all came back here and just chilled out like we did.
Well, Dust, I was just going to say that was my favorite part. Like, the show is kind of unique to me now because what a difference, right? Barely 6 months can make. So I went there, met everybody for the first time back in June. And then this time when I was driving, I wasn't nervous. I was just excited to see everybody. And, the show was fine. We talked about that. Lunch was great, incredibly entertaining. And, we did the same thing, right? We go back.
We were there almost 3 hours, man.
Yeah. But it's kind of like when you're hanging out and you're like, oh, I don't really want this to kind of end for right now. And then when you invited us back to your place instead of going to the movie, I'm like, oh, man, this is really cool.
Well, I'm glad everybody jumped on that because, I was like, we could sit in a movie theater for 2.5 hours and not even say a word to each other, and that's still cool. But, being only a half hour away and just being able to just kick it out of a convention environment, people chilling on the couch, fuck around with the toys. Jose was in the hot seat, taking selfies and shit. I think that was my highlight for the day. I mean, the whole day was incredible, but that was my highlight also.
There was just something very, I don't know, cathartic might be too strong of a word, but it was just very calming listening to the conversation. Dave was messing with your constructor, breaking it. Right?
Hey, not broken.
Yeah, you broke that shit. I see the Scotch tape.
But it was just fascinating to me. Kind of I was watching Brian, kind of pose, the big pizza Spidey that you had on your shelf, and being able to look at something and reminisce. Oh, this was this X-Men character that you had there, and kind of talk about it and stuff. It's just I don't know.
I'm just glad very cool. As unpacked as I was. I know I still got a little ways to go, but yeah, it was really great, guys. And what was also cool for me was like. You all see what I was going through for the past month or two, moving in here, and how excited I was. And like I've had my brother's been here, my buddy's been here, but having you guys, it really meant a lot to me. It really did. It's like it kicks off the place, kind of christened it. You know what I mean? For I hope many more.
Oh! I definitely christened that bathroom. After that wing challenge, man, I it was a given that I had to go in there. And thank you for the toilet paper. I really appreciate it.
That's what I was telling you, motherfuckers. Bring your own.
Bring your own. No, but I mean, since I'm already going there, I sat in 3 chairs there that to me were like, all right. One was the toilet. That was great. The second was the seat that Dust is sitting in right now. You get to see where, the Rockfather sits and where he fucking does all his business, and you see the mic and you see the setup and you see the beer fucking tops, scattered across the place. And
I call them dead soldiers.
Yeah, you get to see the collection behind you. But then I sat in this fucking recliner in that fucking living room, man, and I'm thinking about it still, man. He's like, yeah, kick your feet up. My fucking feet go up in the air.
You see why I don't get rid of that damn thing? I've had that thing for like 6 years, and I'm never gonna get rid of it.
And it's broken in well, bro. I said if I slept over, I would sleep on that thing.
That's a lot of video game time, man.
Yeah.
I liked what Dave said too. He was like, "Yo, this is the jerk off scene, ain't it? This is the fucking jerk off."
I wasn't gonna go there. I wasn't gonna go there. I said, "Dust." I found a bottle of lotion over here in the corner.
Skeet.
But that was dope. Actually, getting to see where he lies his head every day and see the new place and just be with everybody in the same location, just bullshitting, not having to worry about a con closing or anybody else being around us probably looking at us and we're worried. Hey, look at those bunch of guys! Fucking
everybody had their guard down and relaxed.
They're just chilling, chilling, eating pizza, bullshitting.
It felt like we do it all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
It felt so natural.
Yep. Thank you. That was dope.
No, thank you guys. Like I said, if I would have definitely known you guys were coming back, I would have cooked for all you motherfuckers. You know that.
Yeah. Next time we want ribs. Okay, we want the lasagna.
Oh, yes. And
lasagna. Yeah, lasagna.
I could do lasagna the night before.
I want the whole 7 courses. I want the 7 courses, Dust.
Some chicken cutlets, because I seen you do some mean chicken cutlets sometimes.
Hey, Danny's in the chat. Danny from NJCC and Toycon's in the chat.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Danny?
He said, pick a train. This is Danny last night's show. He said he wanted to contact me. So hit him up.
Who's that?
Danny. That's Danny. In the chat. He's Eddie Chen.
Oh, the guy who was selling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Good dude. Real good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's get back to the con, because Jose, you were talking about the con, right? Like you've never been there before, but you could have fooled me.
His first experience, so
he could have fooled me. He knew everybody in the fucking con. every time you walk around, he's like, "Hey, Dave, let me introduce you to this guy, and this is I know this person from here.
This guy's from here. He goes to the deli down the block."
I was like, "Damn, bro, you sure you ain't been here before?"
Hurricane was in full effect.
Hurricane was pouring it up.
Yeah, well, it's something that I'm coming to learn with all these conventions. You just start to see a lot of the same people. I saw a couple of people that sell at NJCC at this show. I saw a couple of those same people at TFCon. Like I said, Danny was one of them. And it was cool. Actually, one of the doctors that I work with, while I was talking to Danny, I saw him kind of checking out one of the tables. I was like, oh, shit. I introduced Gary and Dave to him, and we got to chat it up for a little bit. Pretty cool. And actually, a couple of people came up to us that I think are part of the group. Ed F. Him Ed F was for there. A few minutes.
Remy was there.
And Remy was there. Yep. Came up. We had a nice chat for a few minutes. I think him and Dust had a nice little special connection. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty cool.
We there's ties in our business somewhere, so that's funny.
So it's just pretty cool to kind of chat it up with the rest of the realm, and I'm glad that they came up and said hello, just like the way Dave did at that NJCC. A couple of years ago now at this point. So all you got to do, guys, just come up, say hello. That's what these meet and greets are all about.
Yeah, no.
I love the fucking shows. It was pretty cool. I think it was just the day and getting to hang out with you guys, B-dubs, and then capping the night back at Dust Place was
dude, we didn't want to leave.
It was incredible.
No, I didn't want to leave.
Fucking fish, man. One more.
Yeah,
I felt bad for the guys that weren't drinking because you can tell they wanted to pounce. They're like, go ahead, we'll meet you there. Go ahead, everybody take one car. We'll meet you back. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's such a fucking good time.
Dustin Jose kept ordering drinks, and Jose was drinking Long Island iced teas. I'm like, yo, dude, you're lucky I'm driving. He's like, I'm good. It's like number 4, number 5. I'm like, damn, bro, this guy can drink.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I was off on Saturday. I was a little hungover from me and Brian's night out on Friday.
Yeah, man.
We went to the local wing spot because he stayed over Friday night. So we went to the local wing spot and kicked down a few and had a couple dozen wings and then came back here and continued on. So
I was like, drink. Have another beer. Drink.
I was like, I thought you were a drinker, Brian. You ain't a fucking drinker.
And it's funny. It's like we got the show tomorrow or the next day, and It's like 12 something, 1 something. I'm like, Dust, you got any water? It's like, I need to start hydrating. he's like, what water? Drink another beer.
There's water in the beer. So yeah, I was hurting in the morning, and then when we went to B-Dubs and I had a little bit of the hair of the dog, I think it took like 2 or 3 tall boys, and I was like, yeah, I'm back to normal, baby.
Yeah, his fucking battery was charged.
Full power, like Mega Man.
Straight, I was balanced. All right, let's have some fun.
Yeah, that was probably like you said, Dust. I didn't want to leave. Like once I had that third Long Island, I was ready. I was ready to keep up with you.
I mean, it's an expensive stay, but it's well worth it because we were just having such a good time, vibing off each other and just chilling and joking around. And man, I mean, I know people listening like enough already, but I cannot describe to you how cool it was. And if you're out there and you want to be a part of this and you're local, just get your ass over there, man. You'll have a great time with us.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not bad dudes.
And out to Dominique or Dom.
Yeah,
for
she was a trooper, man.
Dude, she was sassing us too, man. She was like right with it. It was good stuff.
She was like, "Oh yeah," she was like, "I've dealt with a lot worse. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But how about that?
Bunch of guys playing with fucking toys at a table, drinking beers. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yo, for the listeners out there, right? This Dominique, right? She was maybe 5'2", 100 pounds. This little girl, and she was Dust's match. Dust met his match at B-Dubs with that girl because she had an answer for everything we threw at her.
Yeah, she was pretty quick.
Nerds playing with toys and wing eating contest. She was ready. She did a good job. I got to say that.
How about that wing eating contest? That was pretty dope. I think Dust went live in the R.O.C. Facebook group. We got the Wing King on our very panel.
The video was still up. It's still there. So I'm gonna see maybe there's a way we can download it from Facebook and I can throw it on YouTube.
Hey, listen, just leave that shit where it is, man. I'm so disgusting in that fucking video. I look at myself and I'm like, you are a fat fucking disgusting motherfucker, man.
Yo, did you hear what Jis said about you last night?
Nah, what he
said you put the fucking one bone in your mouth, pulled it out like it was Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, it was incredible.
I think that's the technique that got him over bricks.
He was definitely watching some videos the night before, you know.
Yep.
for sure.
Best technique.
Mouthful of meat.
It was like as soon as they pulled one out of their mouth and they put it in a plate, Dom was checking it. All right, that's good. Yep. That one's good. Making sure.
No slacking.
No excuses, but if I wasn't laughing, I might have done it like maybe 30 seconds earlier. But Dom kept with the Dave's got a mouthful of meat, and I'm just like, fucking trying not to choke on what's already in my throat.
See, when you had that last wing, you knew you had it because Clutch, he slowed down big time. Like the last 4, he just like totally went out of gear.
Yeah,
and you saw that, and you started showboating a little bit.
I was just staring at him.
Yep.
I was staring
the last one, you were like, come on, it in the air, and you, real slow, and threw the bone down.
Wow.
I started laughing at Dom's jokes.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Who the fuck invited Chuck?
I didn't mean to be in jokes.
No, I got some of the B-roll footage of that, so I'm gonna send it to you so we could throw it up on YouTube. Definitely be
Nightwing. You said post it. It's in the group, brother. It's in the Facebook group. The video's there if you want to see the whole video.
And we need to get it and add it to the montage for the NJCC show.
Good stuff, man.
That was fucking awesome.
Bricks was mad salty too.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh, salty.
He was salty, man.
Thanks for lunch, bud.
Yeah, I think
do it again sometime.
I don't think it was the fact that he lost. It was the fact that he had to come out of pocket and pay for your meal.
I say next time we do double the amount. Come on, Chris, let's go for it.
Gotta find one of those 10-cent wing spots, so we could order 100 and then just go in.
If you lose that match, does that make you salt and vinegar?
Oh.
Yeah, overall though, it was a fantastic weekend, and again, I want to thank you guys for being, making it a special weekend for me.
It was fun to watch, man. I wish that I could have made it up. That's the thing.
I kept forgetting to go live. I kept forgetting to take pictures and take video. I'm glad we had the R.O.C photographer with us. There's always Johnny on the spot with his phone taking pics. Jose, you're fucking great with that, man.
Yeah, he is.
And because I was looking at some of the pics, and there's some really cool fucking shots.
I gotta channel my inner Jose this weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
Definitely.
that's it, man. You got to be that dude, man.
Yep.
Selfie time.
All right, Chuck. Dom mentioned earlier that he thought, in his opinion, that this show was better than the show last summer, and I remember you saying that too. How was your experience on Saturday?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I got the early bird special again, and I think a few of you guys got it, but I'm not too sure. And I got the early bird special, and I saw some cool stuff on a couple tables, but then I went out to talk to the guys when they got to the show, and when I went back, all that stuff was cleaned out. So I learned my lesson this time. I got in the zone, got the early bird special, got in there, and I got some pretty cool stuff. I got a couple mask figures, but I got a hurricane that I put up on a Facebook group that is mint. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Talk faster.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, I got a mint hurricane.
Savage.
And $15. Whatever, talk faster.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the deal. You got the deal of the
John.
day right there, brother. You definitely got the deal of the day.
Brian's
The
hanging
dealer
out with
didn't know
us
what
too
it
much.
Yeah, Brian spent the weekend with me, so hopefully a little bit of me rubbed off him.
Whoa. What happened
kicking in.
tonight?
Just a little bit.
Rubbing off.
Hey guys, I can't hear Chuck. Let Chuck finish.
Who invited Chuck?
And from the off. I love you guys.
No, speaking of who invited Chuck, that was great. People were like taking your pics, Jose, and like circling Chuck and be like pointing at it. Like,
No, great, man. You got to embrace it and roll with it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
They did?
Hashtag who invited
Might have had a
Chuck?
hand to play in that.
Love it. That thing is hilarious. Yeah, but that was a sweet pickup, dude. $15 for that? Shit.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. The only thing that's missing is the figure that goes with it, but I got off of eBay for $6.
Chuck,
So
there was a
it was ridiculous. They had another.
yeah, there was a Manta for 100. Was that? Did you get that too?
No, I think
Okay.
Hung was trying to get it. He was trying to contact people on Sunday to get it,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he actually got it. Even back in the second room, it was mint in box. It was going for $200. I'm like, dude, if I bring out it was already in my car. I'm like, I should bring this Hurricane I got today. It looks exactly the same as yours. And he's like, how much you get it for? I'm like, $15. He goes, what? I was like, yeah, I just don't have the box. Ridiculous. So, yeah, if you get the early bird, you can get some weird things because dealers do a lot of dealing in between. People don't know what they have. So,
Yeah, I saw that haul. Pretty dope. I still miss my Rhino.
Mm. Nice. Well, it was definitely a good time. I don't know, how much more we could talk about it. I just think it was an incredible day, like another successful meetup, as we usually have when we all hook up together. And Dust, I think you made there at the end. The movies would have been fun, but I think ending the night, going to your place, having that pizza, a few more brews, I think that was a great way to cap off the day. It was awesome.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna say is that we don't need a con for that. Anytime you just want to do something, if I got the time, I got the place. I'm not that far from everybody. We can make a weekend. We can make it a day thing. Whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. It's funny. Me and Jose said that on the way back. We were like, "Yo, we can just go there random, and it's not that bad of a drive." I was like, "Yeah, it wasn't." So.
Yep. Well,
Definitely
you see, I got the space here. We could chill. We got plenty of places for people to sit down and chill. So.
Well, I was just going to kind of point out, if you look at what's happened in the last like 6 weeks, since TFCon. I mean, some of us hung out. Dave, you opened your home up to us. A few weeks ago, we got to make the trip there. Pinkerton's at your freaking house right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sure.
James, you're doing the stuff in Maryland, which isn't that far from most of us, right? And kind of building some momentum there. Looking at Brian spending the weekend at Dust's house. I mean, it was like surreal to me. But let's face it, I met the real, masterminds behind the R.O.C. and got to hang out with Wookiee and Oreo and in person. We really pulled the strings around that place.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. I mean, we don't have to wait for the stuff to happen, and there's a lot of other options that we can put together just to grow the community that way. So,
and Gary, to follow up, I don't know if any of you are keeping count, but I've taken shits in 4 people in the Blue Table Network's houses. I've taken this shit in Chris's house, in Dom's house, in Bobby's house, and now in Dust's house. So I think I'm winning on the shit department, unless Brian could probably top me, because Brian's.
You're the shit master.
No, Dave, I only got 3. Dave, I'm only at 3.
I'm at 4. I'm even.
Oh shit, man. Chuck wins.
I think everybody was fucking shitting in my house, man. I bleached the shit out of that toilet the other day, man.
I mean, dude, you have a wing challenge, and then you invite everybody back. What do you expect to happen?
I was gonna say.
I mean, it's not like,
And then we ate 3 fucking pies of pizza on top of it.
Oh, well,
delicious.
With chips, salsa, and more beer.
You're digging the hole deeper, sir.
Yeah. Well.
Might as well just bet on Dokalax.
When you're a good host, you don't care about the shit.
Well said.
No, but it was awesome. I really don't know what else to say. And besides those of us here on the panel, shout out to everybody else in the realm that came through. Bricks on the Dollar, Ralphie, Andrew, Frank, Intext, I think, Mark, right, from Fresh Communications.
Yep. Intext was there. We got to meet him for a little bit.
It was cool to chat with him. We took some pictures, so definitely check out the pictures in the R.O.C. Facebook group. And like I said, the other guys from the realm, Danny, Ed F, and Remy, thanks for coming up. Thanks for chatting. It's a good time. That's what these meetups are all about.
And if there was anybody there that was fucking afraid to say what's up, why? Come say what's up.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing this shit. Oh, yeah, I was there. Well, how come you didn't say hello? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
And Frank was there too.
Yeah, Frank H was there as well. He was hanging out with us. Just freaking good time. Such a good time.
And as a reminder that everybody cannot be that bad, if I get a birthday call from a guy that I never met before, those people have to be the shit one-on-one. Shout out to Edna John Addict on that.
Oh, happy birthday, bro. Anytime.
Yeah.
He had one of those leftover calling cards.
Dude, you call him at like 3
home to his
a.m.
family, right? There.
No, I called him when me and Jose were on the way to the con, and he didn't pick up, so he called me while we were in the con, and I picked up, and he's like, yo, I'm like, yo, happy birthday, dude. And I think me and Gary got to say happy birthday to him at the same time. So.
Yep. That was a nice surprise. We were just making dinner, and then I saw missed call, Dave Cologne. What the shit?
I gotta put Chat Wing and him on fucking timeout for calling us the realm of shit.
Yeah.
On a timeout there, bro.
Give him those.
That'll be the first guy to take a shit on his head.
I'm only joking, Chat. I put you on a timeout for joking purposes. Relax.
Yes. And this weekend, I believe Extra Zero has a meetup this coming weekend.
Yes,
so give us some details about that, man.
Yeah. So the last meetup I had was just something I wanted to do for a while. I was going off that TFCon momentum, and I met up with some guys from different groups, and we got some TFW people in there. I know TFW, but it was a good time and met some pretty cool dudes. Shout out to Parts Former, Soundjack, Vladimir Pocket, T-Man. And I was like, this was a lot of fun, just getting a bunch of dudes together, having a table full of toys, and getting beers and food, and just hanging out for the afternoon. So I had a lot of people that came up to me, through the realm, and a couple other groups. We got like the DMV collecting group as well, and people were like, oh man, I really wish I knew in advance that this was going on. I would have come up. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna plan another one of these. I want to make these a recurring thing. And so I got November 18th on the books, and it's just kind of blown up. I think I've got about 21 people that are, supposed to be coming on Saturday,
nice.
Which is pretty big.
Great.
Considering it was 7 people last time. We got some notables from the realm. We got some Virginia folks coming up. We got Jason Lowry. We got Darius. Todd is coming up, so that's going to be awesome. Antoine lives right in Columbia, so it'll be cool to see him again because I haven't seen him since TFCon. T-Man's coming up with me. Chris, I think you said you're definite if he's in the vicinity.
Chris is, yes, he's definite. He's coming.
Okay, awesome. So
And
and then Brian.
Yep, I'm there.
So yeah, we got a lot of Realm folks here. So this is pretty fucking awesome. And then I've got a lot of the guys from last time are coming back. We've got a few more, some notable guests. So be ready for me to go live on Saturday because it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a shit ton of toys on the table. It's not all going to be robots, but I just want it to be a good opportunity for people to get together. Kind of come out and bullshit and have it be an escape. We're just a bunch of like-minded people here to have fun with, have our hobby bring us together, which is what I love about the realm and what I love about these meetups is it's showing that there's a lot of people in your neighborhood and your community that are like-minded, and you can meet up and have fun and break the ice, get to know people, get to see some figures you wouldn't otherwise get to see, and just bullshit and have a good time. So I'm trying to take that momentum and run with it.
Or you can break Dust's toilet. So
you can do that.
Well,
it's awesome that you're taking the lead on that, because that's really what people have to do. Just take the initiative, find those people that are in your area and just put it out there. And, if you put it out there, people will come, so that sounds dope. I can't wait to see everything that you got going on. And please remember, take a lot of pictures. I want to document the experience.
My inner Hurricane.
I'm gonna message you every now and again. Take a picture.
I'm gonna try and get that going. I think it's gonna be a good time. I called the venue ahead of time. I was like, "Yo, do you think you can fit like 20 people in here?" And they're like, "Oh, Saturday, not a problem." And I know they got like big, long wooden tables. Mm-hmm. So when the goal is to have like everybody together. It's a decent little brewery. They got really good pizza though. That's I think the best part about going. But, like all the beers are 2 for $4. So
2 for $4.
2 for $4.
We can do damage.
I may have to stop off at Pinkerton's first and let him drive me there.
There's no Miller Lite there though. Sorry to
that's fine. Hey, look, Miller Lite's Miller Lite, but hey, I'm down for some craft. Let's do it.
But yeah, it's I've had people say, well, what if I don't have figures to bring? I was like, you don't have to bring any figures. The figures are just kind of like there as the icebreaker. The figures are there for. I've spent a large portion of my salary on these figures, and I have no one to share them with. So please partake. That sort of thing. It's a cool thing. It's like a lot of times I have people come in and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck is that shit?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my Transformers." But then it's different when you have people that are appreciative and like, "Oh, wow, I've never seen this before." Like I'll be bringing the Tarn with me. I know there's a lot of people that just aren't into MMC yet, and it's kind of cool to get hands on. And when you watch a review or see pictures of something, it's not the same as actually having it in front of you. And it's kind of fun to share. The whole show and tell aspect's cool, but then it's also an opener to get to know the people in your community, and I think that's the best part.
Yep. Bring the community together. That's awesome.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, definitely, like I said, take some pictures, and we'll talk about it next week. All about the meetup and stuff. I'm sure it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be good. The lineup, it's going to be good. So.
All right, let's move into the next topic. We got on tap. See when price affects our collecting habits. All right, so Fans Toys Omega just dropped a pretty expensive piece. We just got some pricing on the next MP, the Dinobot that's coming out, which seems to have everybody like up in arms. So it might be something cool to talk about. How does price, I guess, of a figure, how does it affect your collecting habits? Gary mentioned this in earlier Like, do you guys tend to tune out? Do you get creative with all the different little import sites that are out there? You could always kind of scour. People do group buys, and search the forum, see if anybody's getting in the group buy, or people just wait and, just play their luck and see if they could get it, for a little bit cheaper later down the line. So I think this is something cool that the rest of the panel could talk about. I think it's something we all have experience with. So, Dom,
I'll hop right in. I mean,
let me ask Dom real quick, because I know he's pretty active in the retail space, like with buying and selling. So, like, how does pricing on like a figure affect like how you business?
Yeah, like I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive to price to a point. Like, when I'm buying, especially if I'm buying for my own collection, if it's a figure or a character that I absolutely love, price there's no price. I'm going to buy it no matter what the price is. But I just got onto Anime Expo. I never used it. Dave brought me onto it, and there's a couple. When figures go up or masterpiece figures go up, it's lucrative. It's in your best interest to jump on that. You can get you can get $20 off, or save $20, $30, whatever the case may be. But I think it's a great tool for a collector to go out and go to that site and actually be a pre-order. The pre-orders, they sell out fast, so you got to jump on it when you can. And there's been a couple times where somebody in the group posts up the link to anime when it comes up. I really appreciate that. Jose, you do it a couple times. And when I'm selling stuff, like if I'm buying something to sell, that's a whole different realm where you want to get you really want to get the lowest as possible that you can, so you can make a good margin. So it's a totally different hat that I put on. So you really try to get the lowest prices you possibly can. I typically, when I purchase things to sell, I try to find the lowest prices that I possibly can and work discounts and clearance prices and stuff like that. It's more anticipation, where you think a character or a figure is going to be popular. You just gobble them up, and then you utilize your discounts and sales and stuff like that, and then you just try to get as much margin as you possibly can. But but like for me, as my collecting, I just wait, to try to get waiting, like patience saves pockets, as we all know. Sometimes you're not patient. I'm sure not patient. I've been down that road where I went and got a figure for, top, the retail price, top price, and then 2 months later it's selling for 50% off, 40% off, and stuff like that, and I got burned because of that. But that's the game. That's pretty much the game. And I hate, I understand, everybody has a different budget, and I know KOs make it a little easier for people to save some money. I saw a lot of the threads on that Dinobot. Oh, I'll just wait for the KO, or I'll wait for the KO.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah. Which I feel like that shouldn't be the mentality. But I can understand it. But at the end of the day, I think your quality is sacrificed for that. So when you buy the KO, it's not going to be the same quality as the official or third party figure. So you just got to understand that. So and you're paying for that quality. So
yeah,
and I understand it, but that's my perspective.
Shout out to BB7.
Yeah.
Go ahead, James. I know you had something to say of it.
Yeah. So one, well said, Dom, because I feel the same. With a lot of the way that I purchase things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is the speculative market. Like, is there something that you want that's a hotly anticipated character? When something new comes out, I do feel like I gotta have it. I gotta be part of that. I gotta be, I gotta ride that high of this new figure. Everybody's posting pictures, and you need to scratch that itch. So, I totally get that there. I got introduced to the group buys in probably 2015 when. After Polyon went through, I got introduced to Manolo and then Hung. And I saved myself a boatload of money, going through those guys. And, I was like, this is a really efficient way of buying third party. And then, around the time of I discovered Amazon Japan. anime export, but I got burnt. Just my little pro tip is that if you ever have anything missing, their customer service will not get back to you, which sucks. But that's the thing is, it's always trial and error with these retailers. Like I've used TF Direct before, and they get pretty good prices every now and then. Not the best, but pretty good. But again, their customer service is a little difficult to deal with. So it's all like a matter of personal experience, because there's a lot of people that love TF Direct and a lot of people that love Anime Export and HLJ. And I'm sure there's probably somebody that's had a bad experience with Amazon Japan. But with me and the Dinobot, like Russ was saying, the best you'll be able to do is 200. Today I got mine for 180. So, off the Amazon Japan deal. And I had to share that out because it's my personal belief, and there's a lot of evidence that these retailers out there are kind of taking us all over. Yeah. And there's no reason that figure should be 250 other than the fact that they're going to import it and they're going to stack $50 on top because they know like people are attached to the character. So I'm just like, fuck that. There's
like
better ways of doing it.
Like even Dust said it this weekend. He went out and got the Omega, and typically Dust is a waiter. He waits out and he waits for that price to drop. But in regards to the Omega, he was, like anybody else. I don't know when it's going to come out or re-release. It's definitely going to sell out. Right. When is it going to come back? So
and it's a small market. It's a small ticket thing because a lot of people. Omega is not a popular character, and it's a huge cost of entry. So how many is fan? What's the demand going to be after they sell out? So it's like it's that sort of thing. Then you get into like Soul Chigokin and Jose. I know you got that Voltron, and it's like Voltron is an immensely popular character, and
salty.
You just
Gary's about to
a little bit.
Computers falling apart.
But that's the thing. It's the speculative market. Did any of us see that Voltron selling out as fast as it did and becoming $600?
I can raise my hand and say that I did not.
I told you guys.
What Dom said is sometimes it's tough with the speculative market.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I bought a bunch of those Diaclone Masterpiece figures, right? And then they end up like I bought Delta Magnus, which is a figure I fucking love. And then he's like reduced to like 120 shipped, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Spending $200 on this thing?
Yeah.
I'll say this kind of for the price point for things like, so this Dinobot's like the most recent example. We had a lot of discussions around Omega, right, at the original price point, and then DX9, right, and then everyone went back on Fans Toys when the price dropped that little bit. But I don't know, what was it, like 3-4 months ago when Sunstreaker, the MP, was revealed? And everybody was like 120, right? For
80 shipped. 80 shipped.
But 120 for a Carbot. I just kind of think sometimes as collectors, people take things very personally, and they look at it as if that price is out to, gouge me or, hurt me personally, or I supported this hobby, so many other ways, and this is how you repay me by making a character I want so expensive.
But I tell you what, though, look back at Soundwave. Soundwave and the 4 tapes from Takara, that was them testing the fucking water.
Yep.
Let me tell you, because that figure, they said it on SCU. If you remember back, it was like $160 at most retailers, and then the two cassettes were $60 for
52 figures. Yep.
Yep.
I guess just for me, like when that price gets high, on that point, I think, you talk about getting creative, right? And taking some actions and looking for a better way and putting forth the effort. So you save the money, but it still takes a little more effort. But again, people weigh that differently. What I've noticed is I'll start really evaluating how badly I want the item, and then maybe comparing it to other stuff at that same price point. Right. So, I've kind of recently got into some Hot Toys figures, and I'll look at, Transformer at the $200 price point and say, well, for another $20, is it worth it to me to add, another character to my Hot Toys collection, which is going to give me greater, enjoyment for that. And then like to Dom's perspective, maybe which one may have more resale value, 6 months or a year later, if I change my mind again. So it just always affects the thought process for me a little bit, which I just find interesting. So
yeah,
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. Like I've never thought about it like that, or at least not now or in the moment. Like you said, like comparing the price of the figure towards something else of a similar like price point. Because I think that would make a lot of people think twice. Like, man, like, you know, am I getting this as I am with that? Like you said, if this costs $20 more and you feel like you're going to get like a lot more enjoyment out of it, you know, that could kind of help you make a decision one way or another to be like, no, I'm not going to get this because I don't feel like it's going to be worth or be of the same value as this, you know? So that's pretty interesting. I've never really looked at things like that, because usually for me, if it's something that I really want to get, like I'm just going to kind of bite the bullet and get my order in. But I will do my due diligence as far as like imports and stuff and check all the different sites that I'm aware of. And shout out to Extra for putting me onto Amazon Japan. I knew of the site, but never thought of it, use it to get Transformers or anything like that. So that's another avenue to go down right there. Usually I check on Miami, HLJ, and Anime Export, all the usual suspects. And usually I'll go with Anime Export as they usually have the cheaper price. I think Ami winds up being best overall, but I wind up missing their pre-order window a lot of the time. So, and HLJ, great customer service. I've always had good experiences with them, but their prices I notice are just a little bit more than Anime Export. But the plus is that you don't have to pay right away, whereas with Anime Export, you got to put that money down. So I guess you just got to weigh it and stuff like that.
Yeah. And with like Ami, you have like a window. Like if you put a pre-order in, they give you like maybe 5 days to pay that. If you don't pay it by then, you lose your pre-order. And just to touch base on that, I mean, I hope everybody that's listening is learning as well. We're telling you where to get your stuff for cheaper, basically. So and sometimes, you know, you may not know if you want something, so you can check out one of these sites like Jose said, that you might be able to even cancel a pre-order without even taking a hit. But jump on it, because if not, you're going to be ordering it from PBTS, you're going to be ordering it from TF Slow, and it's never going to get to your house. I'm a big supporter of Ami. I mean, you all know I got into the Figuart game late. And now I'm up on the game, so now I know if I pre-order, I'm not only saving $25 on the stuff, but I'm also going to get it first. So, you know, if you're one of these guys that you got to have something quick, you're going to have that basically when your retailers get it. And at the same token, you know, if you know enough dudes like, hey, like the Realm of Collectors, let's say, you got enough buddies that want the same thing you do, what you could do is place an order together, save on shipping, and now you're paying even less for your product. So yeah,
that's what,
Pinkerton's over here saying that's what him and Gist do. They put in their orders at the same time, and the shipping in the U.S. might be cheaper than shipping it separately from overseas. So, you know, again, with the Figuart, at least for me and some of the Takara stuff that I buy, I'm saving at least 20% on the items that I'm buying, and I'm not worrying about having to get it once it gets into the States. So check those sites out. You might be able to get in early.
And the group sellers, man, if you ever have any questions about them, feel free to hit. I mean, you can hit me up at any time. You know, for anybody in the realm, I don't mind a PM. I'll tell you, you know, where to go, and you know, the reputation. I've dealt with pretty much every group seller, you know, around. And it's a good experience. It's a good experience. At first, you feel like it's a gamble, but you know, Bobby deals with a lot of these people too, and he shouts them out in his videos. And I mean, you know, it's interesting when you have just like somebody on Facebook sitting with like $200 of your dollars for a while, but then when you get it and it comes to you in a few days and you've saved, it is a good feeling.
Yep, and yeah, just FYI for these import sites that Jose and everybody's been mentioning, it's for official stuff only, unfortunately. So you're not going to find your Fans Toys Omegas out there. So that's where the people that Extra Zero just mentioned really kind of come into play to get those good prices.
So GCI, he does deal with Takara.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you're not going to find third party on HLJ, Anime Export, or Ami.
Right.
Yeah. That's for all the official stuff. And I think like TF Direct was mentioned, you can find a lot of like the third party stuff on there. I think for like extra set, I've used that site before. The prices are pretty decent. I think products on that site are priced better than others. So, just check them out and use all the avenues that are available to you. Just do a little bit of research, use the other members in the realm. Like, Extra said that we don't mind the PM. If you have any questions, just hit us up. We're always willing to point a member in the right direction as far as getting like a deal or something like that, because nobody wants to get scammed out or have to worry about a purchase or anything like that. So I think that's usually what makes people hesitant about like buying online if they've never done it before, is like, worrying about issues.
Right.
Because you could, just for the experience, and you could save some money as opposed to playing the waiting game and then going through the American reseller, because you're going to be paying the shipping fee that they pay plus whatever they put on top.
Yeah, and the stores, they dick you on shipping, man. It's like, it's an additional $10 on top of what you're already spending, and then for that it's like 4-day shipping, and then you don't like BBTS and their $4 flat rate shipping. I did that on this Mega Man figure. I didn't even give a shit about it. It took 12 days to get to me.
Yeah. I choose to slow boat sometimes for stuff I don't care about either.
But man, 12 days.
Yeah.
Jose, I've got a question kind of for the group. Maybe it's a little bit to the opposite point. I was just curious if anyone on the panel has paid, I don't know if I'd say extra, but is okay with paying the straight retail price based on the customer service that they get from that individual or from that store.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely in that boat because I get stuff that's screwed up a lot. But like I had to return half of my Fans Toys figures. I know people don't believe them, but one of those guys that gets the bum one. So
I'm in the same boat.
So I don't mind paying extra price because it's the hassle-free with that, dealing with the customer service and having to send it back. I mean, I used to buy my figures off of Nissan Japan. What's it called? Whatever. Anyways, had some issues with them, and you're screwed. You can't send it back, or it'll take an arm and a leg to send it back, and it's not even worth it. So.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Gary. For me, I think I'm more comfortable when it comes to like the third-party Transformers, buying those from American retailers, because they tend to have more problems than you would expect to have than from an official product. So usually like those websites we mentioned, those are sites to get like official product from, and that's those are the sites I usually use for stuff like that. Third party, I'll go through somebody like Agabus, or sometimes you have to use BBTS or TF Slow, unfortunately, to get some pieces that you're looking for.
My group buyers, they've always gotten parts for me. Like, and I've had my fair. I mean, I've got more third party now than I do official. I've had my fair share of shit broken. I'll hit up Paniche. I'm like, hey man, this is like my. If you saw Bobby's review of the Tyrant I got, it's got a short in the eyes. And I hit him up. I was like, hey man, is there any way I can get a new LED for this? He's like, no problem. So it's on its way.
And Hung's always been the same way. Hung will even throw it out and be like, hey, who needs parts for Fans Toys? I'm reaching out to them now. Let me know now. Even before you ask him. So he's got everybody checking their figures to see if there's anything that might be wrong with them before he requests what needs to be in. And same thing with Hanny. I mean, I tend to get, most of my third-party stuff through Hanny. And if something's missing, if something's broken, he replaces it with no problem, no hassle. He'll send you the piece. And a big up to him for that.
Yeah, he's so good with that. He actually, so it might take a while sometimes to get the replacement piece, but he hit me up when he got it, and I'm like, all right, how much I owe you for the shipping or whatever? He's like, nothing, not a thing.
Tell you what.
And he just sent it. Like,
and he's awesome.
Great customer service. Yeah,
I got a shout out to Titan One real quick though, because I bought a the first OpEx I had. I got off of the cafe, right? And bought it off a dude I knew. And the antennas, one of them had like a big stress mark in it, and I tried to fix it with water. It warped. I hit up Matt Billings. I hit up a few people, but I hit up Matt Billings from Titan One. I did not buy the figure. I said, hey man, you have any relationship with Generation Toy? He said, a little bit. Why? I said, well, I got the antenna for this figure. It's I bought it secondhand. I told him straight up what was going on. He goes, I think I can source a part for you. I said, well, let me know what I owe you. He's like, yeah, you don't owe me anything. Just send me. Was willing to send me the part free of charge. So like, that's the power of like, someone's a group seller. You buy through them, you give them business, you shout them out, and they do take care of you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good rapport to have with whoever you're doing business with. Does anybody else do what Gary acts, like deal with an American seller and pay a higher price just because you're gonna get a better quality of customer service?
I do sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
I usually get my masterpieces from Image Anime, and that's pretty expensive, as you know, Jose. But I get it day one, and I do a review of it, so it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I bought my Omega from They Who Shall Not Be Named. Trying to appreciate it. And they dicked me over with their rollout stash. So.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll use BBTS a lot sometimes just because they just have stuff in stock. But my main U.S. retailer for Transformer stuff, third party specifically, is Capture Prey if they carry the item.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dealing with them since Toy World Orion, and they've just been nothing but good to me ever since. So I'll just go with them, and I'm looking to throw Hanny some business here soon. So
and ditto,
then keeping it in the realm.
JD, you said you stick with the American retailers also?
Oh, not strictly. I mean, some of the stuff that I think is, I'll have issues finding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll pre-order from BBTS or TF Slow. I try and spend as much of my money with like Hanny and Hung and Manilow, you know what I mean, as much as I can,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a lot of the other stuff that I buy is just you can find at retail anyway, so I just wait till I see it in the stores.
Okay.
And I like a lot of times I miss out on like the HLJ and the anime export stuff, but I have ordered stuff like that just to save a couple bucks. It definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
But
I hear you, Dust. I think Dust is another one that I think he tends to go more with the American retailer as well. Am I right, Dust? We were talking about like Gary threw out the question. Sometimes with pre-orders for figures, you order from Japanese sites to get a lower price. But he was asking who orders from the American retailer paid a higher price just because in case you have an issue with the figure, you're going to get better customer service.
Deal with that. I mean, like, well, you're saving $20. All right, well, it's going to take you 6 months sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't make it through customs. I know we've had this discussion before, and
I'm
not going to beat the dead horse with my buying preferences, but I like to give the new guys, the little guys, a chance. If I would never have done that, I would never hooked up with Agabus and had such a great relationship with him for the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Agabus, come together. That's where I was. So if you want to know what I was doing, I was getting frustrated. That's not perfect, man. It's got a lot of problems.
Has the ankle tipped?
Got a lot of problems. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about standing up straight.
See, yours has
staying
that.
on.
Oh.
Yeah, it likes to lean. It does the Fat Joe.
Mine does not have that issue. I got lucky, but I know Cody and T-Man had that issue.
Yeah, she might be going back in the box. The hype is not real, people, and I'm not just being a hater. It's cool and all, but the shock and awe, if you look through it, there's flaws.
Dust, you just had it at your house like 2 weeks ago, and you're like, everything was great.
Yeah, well, I didn't transform it. I didn't fuck with it. I just looked at it on the table.
Oh.
It's a lot different when you have it in hand than when you see it on a table or behind something on someone's display.
Totally so you didn't touch Tyler's when he brought it over?
No, I didn't fuck with it at all. So
we call that FYF. It's a 40-yard fake.
So we'll see what's up.
Dave, what do you call it? You say
I'm not saying I hate the fucking thing. It's just got some issues.
You got.
You got.
Gary knows that now. Oh shit.
No, Jose, I just asked that because I was curious. I think in anything in life outside of the collecting world, sometimes you pay for a better customer experience. You know, even if it's not the best price, no matter what that is. And but I've also found, getting to know people like Haney, for Agabus, to your point, Brian, when you have a good relationship, I used Toy Dojo for a really long time before, I was just kind of in this solo, and any email I ever sent, anything I ever needed got responded to, just great service all the way around. So there's, to that point, not necessarily to the company, but to the vendor, I think I try to have some good consumer loyalty because I know how hard that is to, to build just in life as a whole. So, but never hurts to save money either. So I guess there's two things to consider all the time.
Yeah, it's the risk versus reward factor,
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Well, let's face it, if we were so worried about saving money, we wouldn't buy this stuff that doesn't really do anything but look cool, right?
Exactly.
Don't tap into my logical sense, man.
Right. Never do the math. Never do the math.
I did the math one year, and I said, "This is why I'm still renting and not owning a house."
Yeah.
Is Pinkerton still there, Dave? I think what he said on one of the shows was he looked around and said Kia Sorento at his basement.
Kia Sorento?
Toyota Corolla. I named it Adam, and if you get the reference, we're cool.
Something like that. They're referencing you right now. He's in mid-conversation with my wife, so he's like, what?
Oh, watch out.
Oh,
talking about seltzer.
Speaking of getting played, are we going into the next...
I think that's going to wrap us up. Hitting that 9-minute mark. Next week for sure. That's going to be the whole show. It's going to be the whole show. And I'm not telling you guys what the topic is.
Unless you look at the doc and then you're like...
Secret doc. This is secret doc.
Brian.
Jose's banking that nobody found the doc in the chat. They were too busy working the day.
Awesome.
Brian, did you have my back on the chat tonight?
I sure did, Jose. I sure did.
Fucking clutch.
All
That's right. Thank you, brother.
So, we had the one and only Chat Wingingham was in there.
Chat Wingingham.
We had Rob M, Primacon, Dolcar Toys and Stuff was in there. The Forgotten Path was in there. That's Lance from the West Coast. Those who don't know.
Nice.
We had Chuck before he popped in here. Chuck was out there. Chuck got invited to, or not invited to, 2 places, and he showed up. Danny, again, who we met at Toycon NJ, was in there. So I gave him our entertherealmcast@gmail.com so you can get in touch with us about NJCC. Good to see you again. And we had Bricks on the Dollar stopped in. He said he had a wonderful time on Saturday. Awesome.
Salty.
Sean,
so nobody threw up. Oh, sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
No one threw up. They didn't have enough wings. We had Sean S was in there. We had Brammer, Masterpiece Shippies, and we had a Jason L in there as well. Yep.
Sweet. Thanks for popping in, guys. Appreciate it. Let's run down the panel. Get some where you're at. First up, Tim K.
Yo, Tim K on the Facebook groups and Figure Photography Crate on Instagram. Hit me up.
Next up, Dust Mites. Are you with us?
Yep.
I don't hear him.
I'm here. Sorry, guys. Dust Mites on Instagram, Eddie Dust Mites in the Facebook groups.
I thought he was busy working on his post in the Cybertron Cafe.
No, I'm already putting it back on the styrofoam. It's already back.
You know that scene in The Godfather and go for the boat ride?
With Pablo. Fredo, yeah.
All right, JD.
JD Brocious in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram, here on Tuesdays and Thursday, not tomorrow, Thursday, new finger bagging.
Ooh.
Instead of missing a week.
Figure.
Just pushing it back.
Wonder what it's going to be.
We'll wait and see, I suppose.
All right, Extra Zero.
All right, so you can find me on the Realm of Collectors under James Jordan. Follow me on Twitter. I need more Twitter followers at the Original Zero. Lately, I've been on Xbox Live, Extra Space Zero, not the word space, extra, actually like extra and then a space. If you want to play me on some
Extra Space,
extra, and then there's a space zero. On PlayStation, it's just Extra Zero, one word.
Nice.
Had to break it up on Xbox. So playing some Call of Duty World War II, and I will be playing a metric shit ton of Battlefront 2 this
Battlefront,
Friday.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
hit me up on there, and I have been putting off that new Instagram, so don't follow me on Instagram unless you're like, I know you in real life. And if you're in the Columbia, Maryland area and are interested in attending, hit me up. So Saturday, 2 p.m.
Awesome. All right, Big Dom.
What's up, guys? You can find me on the Facebook groups at Dominic Grasso and rocking it under Dave's dining room table and having a fun time.
Oh God, Jesus!
All right, Energon Addict.
Yo, catch me on Instagram, Energon Addict. Catch me here on Tuesdays, and catch me fucking up anybody at a wing eating contest that wants to get to the next round.
Wow. Really cocky.
Champ is here. I won something. I finally won something, so fuck it.
Wow, really
Champ is
cocky.
here.
Yeah, I forgot to mention at the end of that, Dave was flexing at the end. Dustin's like, easy.
Yeah.
Just you wait, Dave. Just you wait.
Somebody make him cry. Beat that ass.
You know, it's another good competition where it's not speed, it's quantity.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going for.
Give yourself like a 2-hour window and see who can eat the most.
Because I'm not gonna go. Oh no, I'm worried about price. I will throw down fucking $200. I will throw down Masterpiece Dinobot and a wing eating gun.
I'm glad these shows are recorded.
Well, tell us where you're at, brother. Oh, you did already. All right, next up, Chuck C.
No, I was like, wondering what's the dead stare for?
Yeah, and there's no liquor in here either.
No liquor.
Chuck Collier in the Facebook groups and 30 Tricks on Instagram.
Who the fuck invited Chuck?
Nobody needs to invite me.
We should turn that into a children's book, like Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Who invited Chuck?
Who the fuck invited Chuck?
You never know when he'll show up next.
What the fuck, Chuck?
Needs his own hashtag.
We should start. Chuck. Love you,
All right,
Chuck.
Brian Brink.
Find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups and at Brinkalizer on Instagram. And also, when it comes to getting parts too, I think Dave, you mentioned Hung. I picked up my replacement Sever Sword this week. I was pretty happy about that.
Sword.
Nice.
Sword.
All right. And that's for myself, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Xbox Live, and the PlayStation Network, all at Tarek and BX, as it says right there below. And here every single Tuesday night with these fine gentlemen on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. Guys, before we head out, remember to check us out on Facebook, where there's a group, Realm of Collectors. We're on Instagram at Realm of Collectors and on Twitter at Enter the R.O.C. Remember to check out our website, www.realmofcollectors.com. Have all the merchandise on the website. It's a completely revamped website, blog post, merchandise, and as always, you could get the J. Ruse photo spotlights from Enter the Realm. You can also subscribe to the audio version of all the podcasts within the Cool Table Network. The Cool Table, it's a network for like-minded podcasts, including our flagship show, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Plastic Fanatics, Toy Detox, Figure Bangin', which is on this week at Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Beer and Bolts, just 40K, 8 weeks, Stasis Lock, and a whole lot more. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook and pretty much throughout all social media. So that's our show for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are the R.O.C. We're not going anywhere. So get to know us. Love and relax, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
He didn't even